So today I want to talk about why not understanding a high price of something can keep you broke, and why dismissing something because it's highly priced is will keep you broke. Now, there's people who will look at something and they will say, "Okay, this is priced this much," and they'll be like, "It's not worth that." But they don't understand why they're saying it. They'll just say it's not worth that because of it's out of their pricing range, right? Now, that will keep you broke. Like, even if you're broke, right? Let's say somebody charges 50K for something, but you're too broke to understand. You don't have 50K to pay for something, but you don't understand why it's 50K, right? Even if you're broke and somebody charges 50K for something, you should know why they charge 50K for it, right? A part of you should be like, why is that 50K? What is the result of that 50K, right? It's like it's the difference between somebody who pays 50K for something and the difference between somebody who goes to college to learn English and it costs 20 or 30K, right? It's a difference because the person who understands the 50K, why it costs 50K, he could charge 50K for something that he doesn't even have, right? Because he understands the value of that and the result that it could get for other people. It's not the 50K, it's what comes with what you're paying for it. Now, if you don't know what comes behind that, then it could keep you poor forever. Like, that decision of you not understanding that will keep you poor forever. So basically, you're saying, yeah, it's 50K, but you'll be like, oh, this person claimed this, claimed that. But did you do the research on that person? Do you know? Are you actually factual, or are you just talking? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If you're broke and you don't understand the pricing of something, why it's priced that way, you don't really understand the benefit of it. Like, if Givenchy sells a $600 T-shirt, do you know why it's $600? Just because you don't want to buy it, you should still understand why it's $600. You see what I'm saying? If Gucci sells a jacket for $20,000, you should understand why it's $20,000, right? You should have a understanding. Okay, they hire models to model it. That costs money. The manufacturing is probably grade A. They can have no stains on the shirt. They can have the boxing is quality. It has to go through so many different procedures to make sure it's good. The logo has to be good. It has to be the perfect logo. Can't be, you know what I'm saying? They have to take everything through processing. Like, if you don't understand that, then you don't understand, okay, they have to upgrade the sales platform. The online sales platform has to be up to date. The email system has to be up to date. The copywriting has to be up to date. The pricing has to be perfect. None of the pricing has to be off. And the margins have to keep matching to what they're already selling. The categories have to be on point. Oh, we have a new category. Oh, we need new models. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is going on in the world. We have to get this type of model. You see what I'm saying? It's so much that goes with that. That's why it's highly priced. You see what I'm saying? But if you just look at it like, oh, it's not worth that because you don't want to wear a Gucci shirt, then you don't really see the whole thing behind it. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by you not paying for something that's high price can dismiss you from being rich because you don't know if you need to understand the procedures behind what makes it what it is, then you can understand the true value. And that understanding will make your business better because the questions that you're answering, the question that you're asking about your business may be the answer to what you're dismissing in other businesses. You see what I'm saying? So now you understand their business model because now you run your own. Now you're saying, okay, that's why. But you don't understand that because you're not in business. You see? That's why you have to be very careful about who you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they'll dismiss what you do. That's the beauty of high ticket. That's why a lot of people don't like people who don't necessarily have what they're selling, or they don't like people who sell high ticket items because they feel like, oh, you're trying to sell me on something. Of course I'm trying to sell you on something. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't understand why that is, it could lead you to being upset because you don't understand why they're doing it. Like, you see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like Gary Vaynerchuk. They don't like Dan Local or these big entrepreneur guys because it's like, oh, they're scammers. They're this or that. It's like, yeah, you can call them a scammer, but like, have you been scammed by them? Have they taken your money? Like, have these people taken your money? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to dismiss something from a service. Like, if they promised you marketing, then you got marketing, but you didn't get sales, then that's what they sold you. That's why here we sell sales. I sell things that make sales. Like, anybody can say, oh, yeah, we'll do your Facebook ads, but they don't give you a percentage. They'll just say, yeah, we do Facebook ads. You'll be like, oh, yeah, how much can I make? They'll be like, oh, we don't make any promises. You see what I'm saying? But then, like us, we say, oh, you can earn 30% of what you spend at a minimum. And then they'll be like, oh, that's not a lot. But then you have to think, over time, you'll earn more. The other guys are saying you can't earn it. And then even if they charge you, it's going to be a premium amount, because they have to. It has to be a spending behind the testing, right? You see what I'm saying? So if somebody can give you 30% of what you're spending at first, that's a good amount. Like some people, they'll say, oh, 30% is not a good amount on your first try. Yes, it is. That's a good amount because you have to think. Some people are coming with 1,000. Some people are coming with 1,000,000, right? So if you promise somebody, okay, they give you 1,000,000 and they can earn 30% on your first go around through 1,000,000, then you earn 1.3 million, right? So you just earned 300,000 on your first try. Now the second try you might earn 70%, right? So you just earned 1.7 million. But that was on you who put in 1 million at first, when you could have put in 1,000 and you could have tested it and be like, okay, that's good. We earned 30%. So I didn't take a loss on my $1,000 test. So now that you made $1,000 test and you made 1,300, now you can shoot up and you be like, okay, we optimized for 50% now. So now you're like, okay, let's put in 5,000 and we made 2,500, right? So now you see what I'm saying? You just made 2,500 for 5,000 at 50%. So now you're like, let's do that again at 10,000. So now you just made 5,000 off 10,000, right? Or 50%. So now you're like, oh, I just did 50% twice. Okay, let's try 50,000 and see if we can do 100%. Now you just made 100% through 50,000 and you did it again. You see, so you're making money. Now you say, okay, let's do 1,000,000 now. And then you made 50% through that 1,000,000. But see, if you would have did the 30% through the 1,000,000 at first, you would have made 1.3. You see what I'm saying? But now it's levels on how you test it. You see what I'm saying? It's levels on how you test it. You see what I'm saying? But a 30% allows even a smaller guy to get what they want. You see what I'm saying? So, like, even when I was first starting, if somebody told me I can get you 30% on what you own, I'd be like, yeah, let's jump on it. Even if I got 1,000, let's jump on it, because I know that 30% is going to go up as much as you optimize what you're selling. You know what I'm saying? So a person, they'll be like, oh, I'm just putting in the money to see what I make back. But no, if you have a brand, then you know over time you can make it better. So you're optimizing that 30%, even though you have 1,000, but that 1,000 can turn to 3,000 or 4,000 with a sales team. You see what I'm saying? Now that 30% just turned to 2,000 or 1,800. Now you just made 10,000 through your sales team. Now that 30% just went up to 50% because you've been spending it over time. So now your customers know what they want. Now you at 50% at 10,000. So now you're making 5,000. So you just scaled up 1,000 from 1,300. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's power in that. It's power in that. You see, people, they just think, oh, you made 13, but you don't think about how much more you gonna make if you're at 30% now. You see what I'm saying? And that's just a test at 30%. Like, it's likely you might hit 80% on your first try. You might hit 200% on your first try, 400%, 600%. You're optimizing on your store. What your store is. How can you say 30% is bad if you ain't tested yet? You don't even know how you done tested. You'll be like, when you do the 30%, you'll be like, oh yeah, I see the potential in it because I made 30% off this and we can make this better now. So now you see what you can make better. Oh, I can make my titles better. Well, I can make my Facebook better. I can make my Facebook better. I can make my website better. So now you're thinking, wow, if I did 30% on this, just imagine what I could do if I optimize. I could go up to 80%. I could go to 200%. I could go to 400% if I did it on this. But the fact is, you have a system in place already where you can go up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you went backwards. You act like some people act like you're going backwards. If you at 30%, you at 30%. Why was you worried about going backwards? As long as you ain't going backwards, you going. So that's why I say I'm probably gonna switch this to I call it the power of 30%. I might call it the power of 30%. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to this. I actually forgot what the topic was. But anyway, I'm gonna call this the power of 30%. Because a lot of people they'll dismiss that 30% because they think it's short term. Like 30% is pretty good. You're like, oh, that's a bad return on ad spend, 30%. No, it's not. Not at a first go, it's not. That's pretty good. Like, I feel like if you quit on 30%, you just don't want it. Like, you don't want it. if somebody, where else are you gonna get that? Like, if you quit at 30%, I don't feel like you really want it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. If somebody give you something that's like, oh, you make 30% of what you spend, they be like, but you can go up over time. That's what I'm saying. Not understanding the cost of something can cost you more. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that was the topic. So yeah, that goes with the topic. The power of 30%. Not understanding costs you. The power of 30%. Yeah, I call it that. Yeah, PokkeDigital.com. Just text us and we can discuss everything. Text us on PokkeDigital.com, Shopify chat, and we'll get you started.